John Dean put Elizabeth Warren in her place. It is fantastic. They did a debate yesterday, mano a mano, and there were some really cool points. Also, Ripple swell is going on. There's so much news here about Ripple and XRP. I hope you stay through this whole video because it's going to be fantastic. Watch this and try not to smile, okay?
About is what exactly do the crypto folks expect to get by funding 90%?
You want to know, everyone out there, I sued the government because the SEC had done something really bad to small retail investors, and a lifelong Democratic judge agreed with me. I did it all pro bono, and this token XRP was called legal because of my work. I won Lawyer of the Year, Consumer Advocate of the Year, Defender of Freedom Award because I did it for free. And guess what? Last week, that crypto billionaire that she's talking about that has supported me just donated millions of this XRP token to Vice President Harris' campaign. If I didn't do what I did, sue the SEC on behalf of small retail investors, that donation to your candidate of choice, Senator, would not have happened. So, Madam Vice President, if you're watching, you're welcome.
I would like to move on. You can return to this if you like later. Victoria McGreen has our next question.
All right, that clip was incredible. ARKX CEO Graham Rodford at Ripple Swell Conference thinks every asset will be on-chain. Graham Rodford has predicted the XRP ledger could process up to $50 trillion by 2025. Big numbers. Let's play this.
What are your thoughts on the technology, aspect of that and bringing on things like, CSDs into the equation? How do you make these things coexist, but how do you accelerate so you get more benefit?
Yeah, that's probably where I'm a bit more bullish on the adoption of these assets. I mean, we think every asset's going to be on chain. This technology benefits the issuer, the infrastructure, the investor for numerous reasons. So it's inevitable that this is coming. And you mentioned central securities depositories. And for those that don't know, like DTCC, Euroclear, they're kind of the books and records for a lot of publicly traded securities, and every single one of them, Euroclear, Clearstream, DTCC, these guys are looking at tokenization.
So this is the clip with the CEO ARKX talking about 50 trillion. Let me play this.
30 to 50 trillion, all on XRP, all trading on Artex. Here we go. Find my original projections, but the total market is 1.4 quadrillion, everything that's ever out there. And if you start looking across any of those asset classes, they're all starting to move on-chain already. And the ease with which we've seen people interested in money market funds, tokenized treasuries, and those types of instruments, the support for stable coins, when you're talking about replacing cash, when I see DTCC, Euroclear, Clearstream, it only takes one of them to flip onto natively digital, and that's trillions of assets on its own that move. So, tens of trillions, I think we could see. And bearing in mind it's 1.4 quadrillion, this is still a tiny slice of a huge market. 30 to 50 trillion, all on XRP, all trading on Artex. Here we go.
There you go. So that was his initial guesstimate on how much he thought could be processed. So Deutsche Bank plus KeyRock plus Ripple RLUSD. Here we go for launch. So they're talking about, we're excited to support Ripple as a liquidity provider for the launch of RUSD, so KeyRock Trading. So that's a good partnership there. Jack the Rippler put this out. Boom, a new report from the Bank of Russia confirms the use of XRP for cross-border settlements. So Russia was kicked out of the SWIFT system because of the whole thing with Ukraine. And it does look like there was this paper that was put out recently, diagram of mechanism of cross-border money transfers in the Ripple system. And then you have this XRP token right here in the middle, right? So interesting, right? Different currencies, US dollar, euro, Japanese yen, money transfer, and then you have the XRP token in the middle. So I don't know what y'all think. Do you think Russia is going to use Ripple and XRP? I don't know. It'd be hard to use Ripple because it's a US company, right? And so they could probably build something just on the XRP ledger because that is decentralized. You can't really lock anybody out from using it. So food for thought. Let's see what happens. So Ripple is waiting for regulatory approval from NYDFS. And then look who's on the panel with Stuart Alderati this morning. I bet dimes to donuts that the approval is announced this morning. So we'll have to see. So Stuart Alderati is with Adrian Harris, superintendent of New York State Department of Financial Services. That is a very interesting person to bring on the panel. UAE central bank approves the launch of a stablecoin. Ripple received a full license a few days ago, and XRP was already approved as a bridge asset in the UAE a few months ago. Stablecoin, XRP, stablecoin, right? So look, Ripple has been working really hard to get licenses all over the world, money transfer licenses and all kinds of different licenses, right? if they want to be the world reserve currency or a currency that is used around the world, they need all of these licenses, right? And they probably still have a long way to go as far as covering the entire planet. But when you talk about their FX, I know that they cover around 90% to 95% already. So they're very close to just covering that full gambit of FX transactions. It'd be interesting to see how all of this turns out. And then Black Swan Capitalist, I just want to say a big shout out to Verson. He came to, we had a summit over the weekend, and you could go into the live events tab under my YouTube page and you can watch the XRP and tokenization. It was about an hour and 50-minute panel on XRP and tokenizations. By far is one of our best panels. I had Verson and I had a few other guests there talking about XRP, and the conversation was truly, truly incredible. I don't think you should pass that up. Go watch that and let me know what you thought about it. So Verson, just big shout out to you, brother. You're a really good human. I love you. The Ripple protocol functions like 8 TTPS of the internet, quietly operating and empowering everything without drawing attention. With every BRICS nation central bank adopting Ripple system and XRP at its core, positions the next global reserve currency. And so this is talking again, a foreign and Russian experience of blockchain decentralization and central banks, finance and technology and companies. So this is kind of from the Atlantic Press, highlighting some things around the testing and different banks that are testing XRP. So here is Ripple Swell, kind of their main loading page. I love these videos.
Welcome to the 8th annual Ripple Swell.
All right. I wonder how many takes it took him to do that. Maybe one. All right. So 2024 is Monica Long talking about the opening. This is 37 seconds. Let me play this.
In our industry, we think the headline of 2024, it has been the biggest year of institutional adoption for digital assets and blockchain that we've seen to date. And we think this has been driven by 3 trends. Momentum for global regulatory clarity, crypto getting validation from Wall Street as a bona fide asset class, tokenization of real-world assets. And we think this is just the tip of the iceberg. We know from working with financial institutions for many years that what they want is a one-stop shop that provides secure and compliant digital asset infrastructure. And that's what we do.
Why do you think Ripple's kind of mastered all of these things, right? Cross-border payments were first, then CBDCs. Now they're working on tokenization of different assets as well as their stablecoin. They have pretty much everything a bank or an institution is going to want to launch, right? They know, they've been in these meetings, they've heard what these companies and these different institutions, banks are asking for, and they went out and they covered the whole gambit. Oh man, I couldn't be more bullish on Ripple and XRP. Let me go ahead and play this other clip here. This is very quick, 12-second clip.
I have no qualms saying definitively, if we continue to drive the success we're driving, we're going to drive a massive amount of demand for XRP because we're solving a multi-trillion-dollar problem.
Mm-hmm. All right. And the last thing is an update on the court case here from Eleanor Tourette. Let me just play it. Let me read this to you. So so this is about the SEC filing an appeal in the Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larson court hearing. So just had a great chat with Stuart Alderati of Ripple, who gave me a rundown on the appeals timeline. The SEC's last day to file a Form C, which will give some level of detail about the plan to appeal, is tomorrow. So that's today. 14 days later, Ripple will file its own Form C, which will give more details on its own cross appeal. Both parties will agree on a briefing schedule, and the SEC then has up to 90 days to file its first brief. Alderati says he expects them to take up to the full 90 days. So they're not going to, maybe do it after like 10 days or 20 days. They're just going to drag this out as long as possible because of course they are, right? All right, Ripple will file a response on its own behalf. Then full briefing process, according to already, will go through July of 2025. So yes, we have to wait until mid 2025 for probably this whole process to play out. Man, talking about kicking the can down the road and just making this pain so much longer for XRP holders. There you go. The bull market from the whole summit, I asked this question to a lot of different people. Mid to late 2025 is when the bull market should end. September, October, the latest. So I'm going to be getting out of most of my assets before that happens, but I probably won't ever sell my XRP. All right, guys, that's my video. I'll see you next time. I've been Crypto Sensei. Aloha.